aroma molecules are the reason that things have a smell. So aroma molecules are found in food, in drink, in fruits and flowers, and of course they're in fragrances as well. So if we think about an orange, there's aroma molecules in the surface of the orange. In the dimples of an orange, if we were to prick them, you can see that the orange oil comes directly out of the skin, and then you can smell it on the end of a toothpick. And it really smells strong compared to orange juice, because orange oil is actually where all of the things, the main things that make orange smell, are in the orange peel. It's not just one thing. The orange oil is made of multiple aroma molecules, and when they're put together in the right ratio, they smell of orange. Inside orange oil, there is basically a recipe. It's the different aroma molecules that make up the characteristic smell of orange, and there's 95.4% approximately of limonene, so that is the key ingredient. It doesn't actually smell of very much. And then there's 0.2% of an ingredient called citral, and that is the characteristic sort of lemony smell that's associated with fresh lemons. So just a little bit in orange, but that's partly why citrus ingredients smell like they do, down to the citral that's in there. Now, in fact, the citral ingredient can come directly from an orange, in which case it would be natural citral, but you could also make it in a lab. So you could make it by man, and then it would be considered to be man-made citral. But in both cases, the citral result is exactly the same. So citral directly from an orange is natural citral, and man-made is man-made citral, but in fact they're exactly the same. They smell the same and they have the same properties. So you can probably imagine that because you can get the same ingredient, exact same thing, from either a natural source or a man-made source, and it's exactly the same, it also means that the hazards are the same. So the source of the ingredient doesn't affect the hazards of the ingredient at all. So you could have a very hazardous natural product and a very non-hazardous man-made product. It's irrespective of the source, whether it's natural or whether it's man-made, that doesn't have a relationship to the hazard. The hazard relates to the substance itself. So citral has hazards, and whether they're from a natural source or a man-made source, it's still the same hazards because it is the same. Lots of people think that if you have a natural fragrance, then it's better for you. In fact, it's not. A natural fragrance from a safety point of view isn't any better for you. And also, there are benefits associated with natural fragrances. For example, lavender is associated with being relaxing. So if you have natural lavender, but you could then make the natural lavender smell, but using man-made ingredients, but the same ingredients, but making them in a lab, and you could reconstruct the smell of lavender exactly. And if you did that, somebody's response to lavender, so if they found it relaxing, they would have the same response to the man-made lavender, because the association is with the smell. And even if the smell has come from nature versus coming from being man-made ingredients, then they would have the same response.